Turn around.
Welcome back to the Jacked Up Fantasy Football League Week 12 preview show. I am joined by the owner of the Serve Destroyers here at his headquarters. Jake, how you doing?
Doing great.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, buddy.
It was a great turkey dinner we had today at your place.
Anytime.
Thank you. Let's quickly go into the previews of Week 12. There's already a few games that are going on today.
Yeah, we got 3 NFL games going on all day, so...
Let's start off with the T-Mac attack. Am I good? Okay, we got a producer here to help us out because, you know, this is a...
She's a rookie producer. She's still...
No, actually, it's not her fault. It's your studio here. Zach and I have no problems. T-Mac attack, 1-10 versus the... whatever his nickname is this
FSU.
week. Frosty Paws, FSU. 4-7. Nice week last week for Andy. But I think somehow, some way, because of that big game earlier today by Tom Brady, T-Mac ends his 10-game losing streak.
I surely hope so, because I love to have T-Mac back, even though he's a little discouraged with the league this year. And I don't know, he just never got into it this year. I don't know what the problem was.
My upset special is the T-Mac attack will beat FSU.
I kind of agree with that prediction.
You know, I just think, I know that Phillip Rivers is hot. He's having a great year. But I think that he's not going to be able to overcome the 47 points for Tom Brady today versus the Lions. So what's so funny?
Just a nutcracker in the background. But go ahead. Next game.
only at the TV studios here at Jake's house. We're going to go through some of these games that don't really have much meaning. Cocoa Puffs and the High Flyers. 4-7 Cocoa Puffs, 3-8 High Flyers. I think the High Flyers win their second straight game. They have some momentum going after beating the back-to-back champions. I believe that they will destroy the Cocoa Puffs. Your thoughts, Jake?
Yeah, not much of a game here. Cocoa Puffs pretty much all year has been struggling.
Can you name one player from either team?
For the High Flyers, probably not.
What about Cocoa Puffs?
Yeah, I really don't pay attention to teams at the bottom of the table. So
he is not the best color man in the fantasy football league for nothing, folks.
We have a little difficulty.
All right. Well, I like the High Flyers here to win. Good, producer. Okay.
Thumbs up.
All right. We're on to. Am I good?
You went too far.
What does it say?
Bulldogs.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want the Bulldogs and I want the Eliminators here. The Bulldogs ended their 5-game winning streak last week. I believe that this week is the week that they clinch the division, the weakest division that we have, I believe. Because you're actually, did you fart, dude? Because it smells.
No, not at all. But go ahead. We're on.
Can you get some spray, please?
We're on time.
Oh my God.
A little extra gravy.
Holy cow.
1 second.
Whoa.
A little extra turkey gravy. But go ahead.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
As I was saying, I believe the Bulldogs will wrap up their division, beat their neighbor. They've been the best team in the West the entire season, and put Randy out of his misery.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. Randy hasn't even set his team properly. I don't appreciate that. It's an illegal lineup. I mean, it's not like he's making it anywhere. I mean, I know he's playing his buddy Bulldogs, but Randy, you got to pay attention to what's going on.
Well, it's Thanksgiving night, which means Randy had his turkey dinner, and he probably went to Kohl's to set up for the big Black Friday tomorrow.
Yeah, I understand that, but it might affect
I'm sure
playoff picture and stuff
okay,
like that.
I am sure he'll have his lineup straight. Okay. I just think Peyton Manning's going to come back and have a big game. I think Peyton Hillis is going to have a big game against the Panthers. Mendenhall against the Bills. I mean, I just think this is a matchup that favors the Bulldogs top to bottom. Again, he's going to win a division this week. The champagne will start. I just think...
Don't change it.
Okay. That's about it about the game, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Not much there.
Okay. We're on to the Serve Destroyers, right?
Hottest team in the
You went
league.
too far.
What are we on
Jake
now?
revenges lost from week 1.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fine. Jake's going to revenge his loss from week 1. We're doing this blind, so I apologize for the vanilla show here, but it's hard to do this without having all the props that I usually have in my Jacksonville studio. I think Jake is going to revenge his loss from week 1. And this is the most interesting race right now because, you know, the division I'm in, Zach still has a comfortable lead.
Yeah.
You know, this is the division that you win this game. You guys are both tied at 7-5 with 2 games left.
And
anything can happen.
I think I have the advantage in the points.
I think Castle, you're playing Castle, right?
Castle's playing.
I think Castle's going to have a big game against Seattle. I think Deshaun Jackson.
But Jarvis Green Ellis already gave me 20 points. However, that offset Calvin Johnson's 20 points. We're kind of tied right now.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, they both had nice games. But I just think that Jake has, he's got the momentum going. I think he wins his 5th straight. And maybe after this week, he'll act like he actually has been there before. I mean, you realize you've never ended the season above 500. No, you have never had. 7-7 is the best. So if you win this game, you have 2 games to try to, you know, break your all-time winning record of actually being above 500, which for you would be a great feat.
Exactly.
So we're moving on to TNT, the groom this weekend who's getting married.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to my boy. I will see him tomorrow. We will see. Well, I'll see him tomorrow. You'll see him Saturday. Right? Yeah. He is putting on that ball and chain for the 2nd time in his life. He is playing his arch nemesis. I mean, these guys were feuding from even before draft. I mean, it got pretty bad.
Yeah.
Boban beat him in a very tight game in week 1 or week 2, whatever it was.
Tony's coming off a hot week. I think Tony can easily beat Farmerstown this week. But
and you know what? He doesn't have to score 180 points because this is a team that's been struggling, Boban that is, putting up points.
Yeah.
So I think TNT, if he scores over 100 points, which I think he will do, with Rodgers and Jennings' connection, because the Falcons' secondary is actually somewhat mediocre. Well, I think they're ranked like 28th against the pass defense, so that just spells
I don't think they're going to have a great week like last week, but it'll be close, and pretty much my bench and your bench can beat Farmerstown.
I wouldn't go that far. I think, you know what, Boban wins this game, he is right in the thick of the race.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm playing the back-to-back champion, and he already had, well, we'll talk about that in a second, but, you know, I can lose to Zach very easily, so I'm 7-5. One of these guys is going to be guaranteed 7-5, whoever wins, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So they're tied for the wild card. So this is, you know, a huge matchup for both of these guys, but I just think the TNT has shown throughout the year he scores more points, and that's going to be the difference in this game.
I think the wild card is coming out of your division this year.
Okay.
So
are we still on TNT?
TNT or Red Digits.
Okay. Now we're on to the game of the week, right? Game of the week. Thank you, our producer Alexia, who's doing a great job. Game of the week, week 12. The Playmakers against the back-to-back champions. I beat the Playmakers. I mean, the Archon Tigers in week 1 in a low-scoring affair somewhat. This is going to be a tough matchup. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at my starters, and Vic is playing against the #1 rated pass defense in the Bears. You know, MJD playing against a tough run defense, one of the best in the league in the Giants. Donald Brown is, you know, I really can't expect too much from him.
Yeah.
I think Mike Wallace has to have a huge game, especially after, I mean, can you believe I dropped Deion Branch a few weeks ago? Zach picked him up like 15 minutes before game time today.
Yeah.
And the guy goes off for 32 points.
I mean, that's what champs do. Congratulations to Archon Tigers for paying attention to his lineup, paying attention to who's available last minute, picking him off the waiver wire, and scoring 32 points for Archon in a very comfortable lead already. So
unbelievable. I think I was worried about this game even before the Deion Branch 32 points. So you know, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna have to be the best effort out of my team to beat the Archon Tigers back to back.
Back champs, yeah.
You know, but you know what? It's a must-win for me. I think somehow we pull this off, and we win. I don't know how we're gonna do it because matchups don't favor me, and Zach doesn't lose 2 games in a row.
No, he doesn't.
You know,
I mean, that was a tough loss for the champs. Kind of put him down a little bit. You know, I think he's going to regroup. I disagree.
I think he needed that loss because I think it kind of like woke him up out of this. Like, I'm
too good for
invincible.
everybody.
Yeah, I can't lose, and you know.
I disagree with your pick. I think the Archon Tigers will roll this week against the Playmakers.
Because of Deion Branch? 32
No,
points?
well, because of other factors too, but we won't.
Do you know any? Well, give me some factors. Do you know anyone on this team?
Well, I'm looking at your team right now. You mentioned before the Detroit game you were going to pick up the backup runner for the Lions that started today. Probably had 20 points.
I didn't pick him up.
You didn't pick him up.
Morris.
I mean, Morris, and that's going to hurt you. These kind of decisions, you gotta pay attention to your lineup. I know your foot's still hurting and everything, and you're taking drugs, whatever you got to do, but you got to pay attention to your lineup.
I think Michael Vick is going to be. If he has a big game, I win. If he doesn't, that's it.
I agree. Michael Vick has got to come through for you.
I mean, Steve Johnson, I didn't mention him, had a great week last week, but against a mediocre team.
He's probably not going to
Steelers curtain is going to shut him down, so I'm worried about that matchup too. I just hope the Ravens defense can score me some points against Tampa Bay and Josh Freeman. So,
we'll see.
But I'm going to stick to picking myself. I always do. And good luck to everyone this week. There's 4 games that have actually playoff implications. The first 2 we mentioned do not, but the next 4 games, playoff implications. But even if I
Division
lose,
titles too.
yes, even if I lose, best case or worst case, I'm 7-5, tied for the wild card. I still have a chance with 2 games left. So it's not like it's a absolute disaster if I lose against Zach, because he has been the best team in the league and he's won 9 out of 10. So, but it's going to be tough, Zach. I will see you on Saturday, hopefully, and we'll talk more about it. But that's all the time we have. Apologize for the vanilla show. It's really tough doing this outside of
The lighting's bad.
the studio. The lighting may not be right. I thank our producer, Alexia, for putting this together as well. Last minute. Thank you. And again, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I know I did. I know you did.
Yeah,
Judging
we
by
can smell it.
by the bad gas that I'm smelling here for the show. But that's all the time we have. Good luck to everyone. Peace out. See you guys soon.
Peace.